Hello, welcome to Daily News from Roqayyah TV. Daily scientific gathering held by Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Qom. The House of His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Qom hosted another session of its scholarly meetings. These meetings are attended by various groups of seminarians, clerics, and scholars who answer questions from the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. The questions in the latest round of these meetings revolved around various topics on Islamic beliefs, ethics, jurisprudence, the tafsir of Quran, etc. The dear viewers can tune in these scholarly meetings every day at 11:15 a.m. Qom local time, live on Roqayyah TV and other Shia TV networks, as well as the Al-Shirazi application. House of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi holds commemorations of Lady Roqayyah, peace be upon her, in holy Qom. Simultaneously with the anniversary of the martyrdom of Lady Roqayyah, peace be upon her, on the 5th day of Saffar in the current year, a commemorative elegy recitation ceremony was held at the conclusion of the daily scholarly sessions of the esteemed Grand Ayatollah al-Hussein Shirazi at the residence of this religious authority. In this session of elegy recitation, Sheikh Hussein Najarzadeh expounded on the tribulations of the AhlulBayt, peace be upon them, in the presence of the high-ranking religious scholars, religious and cultural personalities, as well as scholars from seminaries in the sacred city of Qom. Procession of mourners gather at House of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi to honor Lady Roqayyah, peace be upon her. On the evening of Tuesday, the 5th of Saffar 1445 AH, a group of mourners, including 3-year-old girls, gathered at the residence of the esteemed Grand Ayatollah al-Hussein Shirazi to commemorate the martyrdom of Lady Roqayyah, peace be upon her. The mourners, accompanied by the procession, visited the shrine of the noble Lady Fatima Masuma, peace be upon her, to express their grief and mourning. Following the ritual according to the annual tradition, they paid a visit to the residence of the religious authority, where they were received by the members of this office and also engaged in mourning and lamentation. Sayyid Ahmed Shirazi visits religious Mawakib in Kuwait. Sayyid Ahmed Shirazi, son of the esteemed Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Hussein Shirazi, visited several service tents for the Husseini mourners in the country of Kuwait during the month of Saffar 1445 AH. During his visits to various service tents, he met with the members of those organizations and expressed gratitude and appreciation for their relentless efforts and services to the Husseini mourners. Activities of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi's temporary office ahead of Arbaeen 2023. The mission of the esteemed Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Hussein Shirazi hosted pilgrims during the initial days of Saffar in the current year. This mission was established to carry out religious, promotional, and cultural activities on Bab al-Qibla Street in front of the holy shrine of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, and facing the seminary of Sayyid Shara, peace be upon him. During these days, numerous religious and cultural figures, mourners, and pilgrims visited the mission of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. This mission provided services such as welcoming religious, scholarly, seminary, university, tribal, and general visitors, addressing religious and belief-based queries, organizing discussion circles and Q&A sessions, presenting cultural products, holding congregational prayers, and conducting mourning ceremonies. PR manager of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi hosts cultural and religious figures in holy Karbala, Iraq. On the first Friday of the month of Saffar 1445 AH, Sayyid Arif Nasrullah, the PR manager of Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Hussein Shirazi, hosted a gathering of scholarly figures. Among them were Sheikh Jalal Ma'ash, a representative of the religious authority, and a group of servants of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him. Nasrullah stated during the meeting, the movement of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, is not confined to a specific time or place. Rather, it is a movement for the Islamic nation and for all of humanity. We must not be indifferent or neglectful about what has passed, nor should we fall short in serving Imam Hussein, peace be upon him. The Grand Jurist PR manager also added, as we prepare to receive pilgrims for the Arbaeen of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, we must be fully prepared to fulfill our commitment to our master, Imam al-Mahdi, may Allah hasten his reappearance, regarding Imam Hussein, peace be upon him. Activities by Misbah al-Hussein Foundation to house pilgrims in Arbaeen 2023. Misbah al-Hussein Foundation for Relief and Development in Karbala is currently engaged in evaluating and executing a project for the transfer and accommodation of pilgrims during the Arbaeen Mawakib 2023. In its latest session concerning the vision for the year 2030, with an expected attendance of 50 million pilgrims, this foundation reviewed the recent measures taken for the transportation and the transfer of the Husseini pilgrims. The session was attended by Sheikh Mustafa Muhammadi, the head of the Misbah al-Hussein Foundation, along with the members of its subcommittees, experts and officials from the governmental offices of Karbala. During this session, crucial strategies were proposed to optimize the transportation operations for the pilgrims. These strategies will be implemented in 2 operational phases with the goal of ensuring the best possible service for the Arbaeen pilgrims. Activities by Baraka Association in Mahmoudiya City, Iraq. The branch of Baraka Cultural Association in the city of Mahmoudiya, Iraq, carried out various cultural and religious activities during the month of Muharram of this year. In this regard, the head of this association, Sheikh Jassim al-Saadi, participated in the 2nd annual conference for welcoming the months of Muharram and Saffar in the year 1445 AH. This conference aimed to discuss ways to unify discourse and address obstacles facing Husseini pilgrims while providing services to processions. Activities of the branch included meetings with members of the Husseini processions, organizing religious sessions for the youth, holding mourning ceremonies, and participating in the service activities of Husseini processions. Nonviolence Incorporation publishes message on World Humanitarian Day. On the occasion of the World Humanitarian Day, Nonviolence Incorporation has issued a statement. The text of this statement is as follows. Humanity currently requires essential humanitarian efforts aimed at creating well-being, security, dignified and peaceful lives for the nations of the world. Particularly in this challenging era marked by armed conflicts, we find ourselves facing one of the most perilous phases in human history. International disputes and political conflicts have transformed into a recurring fight for power by several regimes. Therefore, the Nonviolence Incorporation seizes the opportunity of World Humanitarian Day to call upon the United Nations General Assembly to make earnest efforts to halt the unprecedented deterioration occurring at the international political level. We urge immediate action to mediate and seek urgent solutions to cease the international war in Ukraine. Furthermore, we implore the involved parties to engage in dialogue and negotiation based on a fair principle that guarantees equal rights for nations and states. Najaf TV covers literary seminar of local folklore on Imam Hussein, peace be upon him. The Al-Nadifa Local Poetry Assembly, with the aim of spreading awareness and the Husseini culture among various segments of the society, organized a significant Husseini seminar in collaboration with the Al-Najaf Ashraf HD satellite network. This event, titled Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, and the Holy Quran, featured distinguished Iraqi poets. It was attended by numerous faithful individuals, tribal leaders, and officials of the Iraqi government as well. The purpose of this Grand Husseini Conference was to promote culture and raise awareness about the life of the AhlulBayt, peace be upon them, among the youth. It aimed to cultivate a Husseini generation, proud defenders of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, and the Holy Quran. The conference also condemned any disrespect towards the Holy Quran. AhlulBayt Islamic Thought Center donates food packages to needy in Baghdad, Iraq. Continuing its charitable activities, the AhlulBayt Islamic Thought Center, an institution associated with Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Baghdad, distributed dozens of livelihood aid packages to orphan families and the needy within this city. This effort was undertaken in commemoration of the martyrdom of Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba, peace be upon him, in adherence to the directives of the religious authority to support the less fortunate. Sharia mission of AhlulBayt Institute serves pilgrims in Arbaeen 2023. The mission of AhlulBayt Institute for answering religious questions is continuing its specialized activities for Arbaeen 2023 in Basra, Iraq. This tent was established on the 3rd day of Saffar, adhering to the recommendations of the esteemed religious authority Ayatollah Sayyid Sadegh Hosseini Shirazi. Its purpose is to seize the opportunity of the millions of pilgrims visiting the sacred Arbaeen of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, to provide religious and cultural services to the believers. After several days of service, the stand will be relocated to Samawa and then to Najaf, hosting mourners and pilgrims of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him. Activities of the tent include answering religious and doctrinal questions, distributing religious materials including the works of Ayatollah Shirazi, visiting Husseini assemblies and processions, and more, all during the holy days of Arbaeen 2023. Rasul Azam Mawakib readies to host Husseini programs during Arbaeen 2023. Rasul Azam Mawakib, affiliated with Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, is getting ready to serve the mourners and pilgrims of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, during Arbaeen 2023 in the holy city of Kazimain. Following its annual plan, this caravan will be engaged in setting up a camp in the holy city of Kazimain during these days. This initiative aims to serve pilgrims during the approaching days of Arbaeen. The activities of the caravan include organizing mourning ceremonies, welcoming and hosting pilgrims and mourners, providing lodging and resting places for pilgrims, congregational prayers, and distributing hot and cold meals and beverages. The activities of Rasul Azam Mawakib will commence on the 7th day of Saffar this year.